We get ready to play Tuesday night against a team that just beat a team that beat us pretty good on the last Tuesday night, Tennessee. This is the fourth time now that Mississippi State has come back from 10 or more down to win. Really a great win for them because Tennessee, I think, went to Mississippi State probably as hot as anybody was in the league, playing as well as anybody in the league, and they did it without I.J. Reddy. And I think he's really a really important piece. The fact that they could win without him, I think, tells you a lot about how good, Lamar Peters is as a freshman point guard. What a tough cover he is. Weatherspoon is a pro, and he didn't score until about the 10-minute mark in the second half. And again, they just managed to hang in there without him. It was really, really impressive. It's a crucial game for us, and it's an important game for us to win because our IPR is down to 63, and theirs is at 112, even though they're 5-5 in the league, and they're ahead of us in the SEC standings. A home loss to a team in that range really hurts your postseason, and somehow. We put ourselves at or near the bubble again, and we'd like to try to stay on it a little bit longer than we've been the last couple times we've gotten to these Tuesdays. So,
what kind of point guard matchup did you see?
Great point guard matchup. Yeah, great. I'm really impressed with Peters. He has come in. Ronnie and Jared and Peter, those three guys are the quickest. They're as quick as anybody in the league. They're really quick. He gets downhill and he can finish. And he's third in the league in three-pointers made. He shoots a really good percentage. I mean, he's terrific. It'll be a great matchup, an important matchup.
How different is it with this team that they're playing really well on the road and not playing as well at home for a young team? Is that kind of unusual?
It is unusual for a young team to be playing better, but on the road than we are at home. But there are fewer distractions on the road. They just are. You go up the night before. You're in the hotel. You're preparing with your meals, and there's structure on the road. Whereas at home there isn't any structure, and so basically, I mean, I looked at we've got a bunch of guys with 8 o'clock class on Tuesday. We don't play till 8 o'clock at night. It's a long day academically, and then all of a sudden, you're playing in a big basketball game. So I think that sometimes can be as challenging for student athlete as anything. But I mean, I feel. I feel like we obviously continue to make some strides, and it was great getting D'Angelo back and engaged and giving us some firepower. Bryce, again, defensively, it wasn't one of his best games, but he obviously knocked down 4 threes, and so will both D'Angelo and Bryce continue to let it come to them, as I thought they both did a really good job of, or now that they knocked down 4 each, where they go hunting for it. But we're a good three-point shooting team, and it's important to our offense. And the consistency has been the biggest challenge. What my team's sort of like a box of chocolates. I'm not sure what I'm going to get, and but it's definitely. It's definitely, we play better when as I said, we play better when everybody contributes, and we're getting a lot of guys contributing and a lot of guys feeling good about, and they should feel good about the fact that they're making a difference out there.
Bruce, you've mentioned the grind a lot of this conference season. You look at this, we're going into the last month, and the difference between 4th and 12th is 2 games.
Yep.
The difference between getting a double bye and playing on the first night of that conference tournament is 2 games. You guys have got a lot to play for right now.
I asked David Housel this morning at breakfast. I said, have you ever seen it this evenly matched? I don't know that I got an answer exactly from him, but that's exactly right. You hit the numbers right on the head. 2 games separate 12th and 4th, and that does speak to the grind. It really does. And of course, we were picked 12th by by ESPN. So every one of these is gold. Every one of these wins is really, really crucial. So we're excited about the opportunity and see if we can't take advantage of, once again, putting ourselves in position.
How's the voice doing?
He's better, and he's undergoing some further treatment and tests, and we should know more. We should know a little bit more tonight about his status for tomorrow. Yeah, rebounding is probably been our biggest weakness, and we're one of the poorest defensive rebounding teams in the country, and we have to address that. And it's unfortunate because we're really good in transition. We're a really good fast-breaking team, but if you can't rebound, or if you don't rebound, and that's just. I know you guys are probably tired of hearing me say that. Too. But it's just not something that we've not improved on. Now you could understand a little bit against Alabama because they were so big. Mississippi State, I think the size is not as big a factor against them, and so rebounding could be really important. Anthony McLemore has been our best defensive rebounder. He's been our best traffic rebounder, and what a great dimension that he brings to our team, and he is such a great teammate. He just wants to win, and he does so many little things out there, to win. He's a confident player, yet he's got a chip on his shoulder because not everybody saw what we saw, and he was not a star on the AAU circuit. All those kids that he's playing against right now, they were all stars on the AAU circuit. And Anthony played a role on his team, played on a good team, the Atlanta Celtics, but he wasn't a star. And in many ways, he's a star on our team.
Bruce, am I wrong to suggest that Saturday night D'Angelo was really, really good defensively as well? I thought he was a big reason why Riley Norris was 1 of 10 from 3.
Yep.
They were contested.
Yeah, D'Angelo had a really hard workout with the trainers on Thursday, and we really pushed his ankle, and I think it gave him confidence that it was 100%, and so he was engaged, and I had talked in the pregame. I talked in the pregame show with Rod, and I said D'Angelo's going to have a good night. I felt like he was ready. And, when, let's say he's arguably, he's our second leading scorer and still leads us in minutes. I'm not even sure exactly where it is. But, to be in a situation where you're without him for 2 weeks due to injury and then probably another week and a half, due to not being ready, not being back, it's hard to win, when you're down your second best player. So it's good to get him back, and hopefully we can build on it.
Our team's doing some different things with defending against Austin Brown the last couple of games.
He's going to get a lot of attention to the scout. There were some things that we did to get him the ball that they're going to take away, and so I think that Tennessee was sort of physical to a fault with him, and he got involved in there was a lot of flopping going on, and then Alabama's got the size to sort of match. We got in foul trouble against both Tennessee and Alabama. But this is a good matchup for him. He's got a big guy to go up against in Harar, and so it's probably more our team adjusting to what they're doing to cover him more than Austin being anyway on or off. It's more our job. Foul trouble, and we've got to do a better job of making the adjustments to get him the ball.
Quick comment on Jared Hopper, SEC freshman of the week for the second time.
Well, I actually had tweeted out that the Lord help those that help themselves, And, Jared is a very, very hardworking, dedicated, disciplined student athlete in the classroom, on the court, as a person. As a son, he's as good as it gets. And, so it's wonderful to see that effort, that focus be rewarded with good play and good results, and obviously an award like this. I think that just to make mention again that a guy that just quietly has been our most consistent player has been freshman Mustafa Heron, and Mustafa hasn't won Player of the Week yet. That's because his highs aren't quite as high, but his lows are never as low. And you talk about a foundation to build on. He is so improved defensively. He had 3 assists and no turnovers against Alabama. And we talked to Mustafa about, being mindful, trying to work on his assist-turnover ratio as we went down the stretch right now, because he's able to go by his man, but he passed the ball and didn't turn it over. That was huge. And then obviously to make 6 free throws down the stretch. So, I thought it was he's been terrific, and again, to start 4 freshmen on the road in Tuscaloosa to get a sweep is against the team that was in 4th place. It shouldn't be minimized. It's funny. I don't read the mainstream media much, just I don't have time. I've been surprised to see some of it be minimized in some ways. Like, to minimize it is actually to knock against us and Alabama. And I don't think either program is in a position right now where we turned it over a little bit late, and maybe they didn't play as well as they would have liked to throughout. But God, it was a good game. It was a sold out, environment. So it's funny. We want to complain about basketball in Alabama. We have a sold out environment, and then some in the media would portray it as no big deal. Now, I'm not just saying, I'm just saying, stop. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. It wouldn't be a big deal if there was nobody in the building and it didn't matter. So I'm not being critical of anybody here, okay? I'm just not. I just think that I don't want to overdo it, but I also don't want to undersell it. It's not right to undersell it. Our game was sold out here. Their game was sold out there. Let's forget about the result. When was the last time Auburn, Alabama sold out that series in the same year? What's the record book on that? It's been a while.
It hasn't been much like
Huh?
it. It has not been much.
No. So now trust me, I'm over it. I'm on to Mississippi State and on to our Tuesday night, failures the last couple Tuesdays. I've tried everything on Sunday. We did something different again yesterday. I'm going to do something different again today. I got to change defenses or something. We got to do something different. See if we can get this win tomorrow. Okay, thanks.
Thank you, sir.